It's nearly Christmas. Why not treat yourself this Christmas to a subscription to the Pompey Pod on YouTube? Just do it. All you have to do is smash the button, smash that button,
Yeah.
and then you'll be alerted every time that we have a new bit of content out. Please do.
If you don't know what to get a loved one, get them a subscription to the Pompey Podcast.
Yeah, they'll appreciate that. Here we go. It's Pompey Podcast with Mike and Dan. Good evening, Dan. Hello.
Good
how are
evening.
you?
Terrific.
Terrific. Good. It's the old Jekyll and Hyde show again with Pompey, isn't it? After being dire at Derby, we were colossal against Coventry. What a game.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Very good. Yeah, definitely the most enjoyable game this season. I think the second half has been our most complete performance this season. Thought we were class second half.
Yeah.
Made them look average, and every player I thought was good.
Yeah, across the pitch we were just solid, weren't we? Solid, made them look nervous at the back. They were quite poor at the back, to be fair. But yes, what I liked is that complete opposite of the first half, we was on it from the first minute, weren't we?
Yeah. Well, going into 2-1. Well, I mean, might as well discuss the first half first, didn't we?
Yes. Yeah, why not? Let's talk about the opening 10 minutes first, shall we? Because I think that's the only negative. And we'll get that negative out of the way. And,
so obviously, I'm in the north stand.
Yes.
Not that's obvious, but I'm in the north stand, and I saw the foul on Lang.
Right.
Just outside their box. It looked like it was in the box from where we were. No, definitely not. I thought at the time, oh yeah, that's a foul. And the way Lang complained, I thought he's caught him. And then when I saw it back, I thought it's a soft one.
I agree.
So then they went straight up the other end and scored, didn't they? And that was offside as well, which I didn't realise until after.
Do you think it was?
Yeah, I think.
So are you going offside with the player who scored? Bassett? Was it Bassett or?
I think both of them were offside actually.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, definitely the Bassett, the one that scored it. But yeah, it's a tough one for the lino to give really in real time. I think if it's although saying that he is the man in front of the lino, isn't it? It's not like it's not like
there's a defender.
No, it's Towler. Yeah, so
it was tight. It was really tight, though. I think it would have been one of those that it had a bit of VAR. It would have been still quite a difficult decision. So you can see why it wasn't. But then you've got the guy in the middle who clearly goes to try and play the ball. So that then makes him active, surely, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But again, so yeah.
So that was that. Yeah. So that wasn't a good start.
Yeah.
And fuming. And then they had the other chance, didn't they? After 5 minutes. Oh, he went clean through, about 30 yards
very
out.
Very nervous at that stage. Very nervous.
Yeah. So it didn't start off well.
Okay. So can we talk about that effort? Because obviously he should have scored. There's no two ways about it. He should have scored, shouldn't he? But
too much time, Mike.
I think I don't give too much time. Yeah. That's the curse, isn't it? The curse of the striker. Too much time to think about it. But right, I'm going to say it because everyone was saying, right, why has Towler not been given a chance? Why has Towler not been given a chance? Well, that's your reason why. And yes, okay. After that, he did okay, but he didn't have a huge amount to do. And don't get me wrong, I like the lad, but why was he 10 yards inside their half when their striker is behind him?
It seemed like a conscious decision, though, didn't it, to play really high because there was they were both him and Pack were sort of on the halfway line a lot for the first half of that half. That'd be a quarter, wouldn't it? First quarter of the game. I do find that quite a surprising thing, especially when you saw that back four and with Pack and Towler, there's not a lot of pace there. So for them to play such a high line, they got caught. So they didn't start great, the defence. But I think
how did you feel about before we move on to after that? How did you feel about, because obviously F1 Clark started really well as well. I thought Swanson looked a little nervous, gave him a bit too much space initially, and F1 Clark kind of made the most of that, and he obviously set up the first goal, really kind of tore them apart a little bit. For every time he seemed to go forward, he seemed to be dangerous, didn't he? And Swanson didn't really seem to have an answer for it.
Yeah, I did find that quite a surprising change, really, because when they said the lineup, I thought maybe Devlin was injured, but then I saw he was on the bench,
Mm.
and yeah, I just thought of all the players to take out Devlin when you're up against Mason Clark, who, as you say, has been playing very well. Yeah, I did think it was a bit of a strange one to bring Swanson back. He hasn't played a lot of games recently either.
Mm.
But yeah, well, it was okay in the end, wasn't it? But
It was. It was. It was all
Mason
right in the
Clark,
end.
after that sort of first 20 minutes, 25 minutes when he hit the post as well, didn't he?
Yes.
I think that was the only couple of things that he did, was the one he assisted the goal and then had that shot that hit the
Yeah.
post. He didn't really do anything else. So that was
They also had a kind of double penalty shout, didn't they? I think they were both on that Bassett guy. So this is where the linesman did have a nightmare, because the first one where he was kind of clean through and Schmidt came out really well and kind of went down at his feet, he was well offside at that stage. He was a
Mhm.
good 2 or 3 yards, and you could see it instantly. And I thought, oh, it's just one of them where obviously somebody's a bit further back. And then having watched highlights and replays, I think he's well offside. That
Yeah.
said, Schmidt catches him, doesn't he? Definitely catches his.
Do you think? You
No,
can?
no, no. Sorry, I'm thinking about the. I'm now thinking. I'm mixing the two up. I'm thinking about the one where he came out and then Pack does tread on his foot, but I don't think there's. Yeah, I know his boot comes
Well,
off and things.
I
I don't
saw
think there's
I saw
enough
that
in.
back. I saw that back, the replay of that one. And if you look again, if they had VAR, you would see that their other player pushed Pack first, and
Oh,
Pack
okay,
fell
right, yeah,
into, yeah, which I didn't realise at the time, and I only
yeah. I
realised it
never noticed
after
that.
about the third replay, is that
Right,
the other forward gave Pack a nudge in the back.
right.
He then lunged forward, and then he did tread on his foot,
Yeah,
but it was
yeah,
completely
yeah,
accidental. But yeah, he got a nudge as well. So
yeah.
yeah, no, I don't think. I
And
think
it
he
was then the
finished up
second one where he kind of weaved his way in somehow, and then Schmidt went down. Kind of did okay initially, and then seemed to lose it. And obviously, Ogilvy eventually knocked it off the line. But if you look, Schmidt does kind of grab at his ankle.
Yeah,
Not enough,
yeah.
I don't think,
No.
to make him go down like he did, like a dodgy.
And I think he didn't help his cause, because he was literally going down
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
all the time, wasn't he? And screaming at the
Ridiculously,
ref.
wasn't he?
And I think, yeah. So you're probably not helping yourself out there, mate.
No.
Mm.
So things changed with quite fortuitously, I think, because I think that clearly changed the game. Because I think from the moment Lang equalised, I don't think we looked by far the better team. We looked at obviously we scored 3 more goals after that, but
Yeah.
goal was ridiculous, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Goalkeeping.
Yeah. I think if you're being really harsh, you could blame the goalie for all 4 goals, really, if you're being very harsh. I think the first one, definitely. He
Mm.
just sort of just flopped over which was quite funny, because when the replay came up in the ground, when that one came up, everyone just laughed. So yeah, he got some stick, the goalie. I think that one, and then the second goal. I think the second goal is the one that you could least blame him for, because that's a good finish. But
Do you think?
again, it is from a. I think he's hit it hard, hasn't he, Lang?
Oh
And
no, yeah,
it's
yeah, you know,
with,
I think it's a great finish. I think if anything,
yeah.
it's the defender getting caught
Oh yeah.
underneath the ball, isn't
I'm
it?
just saying, if you're being very
Yeah,
harsh, you'd say the keeper's being beaten at his near post, But yeah, I think, yeah, and then in the other 2 goals, which we'll come to in a minute, I think you can
yeah,
blame
yeah.
the keeper for both of those. But yeah,
I think the fourth's harsh. We'll come to that in a bit. But go
yeah, it's a bit chocolate wristed, wasn't it? But yeah, we'll come to that in a minute with
on.
the
Okay, all right. Go on.
patter
Yeah, you
cake
say
surely.
that.
I think the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I think it's pretty even game. Even after
Mm.
we scored, that's when they had those couple of chances after we equalised. But yeah, I think after that, I think we were really good. I think just dominated, and then Lang getting the second goal just before half time.
Yeah, those first 20,
Well,
it's just wide open, wasn't it? It could
yeah,
have quite easily been 5 all at half time, couldn't it? If
yeah, mm,
just chances galore. But okay, so second half, as we say, on it from the off.
yeah,
Um,
really good.
let's obviously Lang gets the headlines because he gets 4 goals. But who I was also impressed with, and he just seems to be getting better and better, is Matt Ritchie. I thought he was
Yeah,
excellent.
yeah,
What did you think of the
yeah.
switch between him and Murphy? Any idea why that was? Because he was obviously playing on the left and Murphy on the right.
No, don't know. But yeah, I definitely think that was that was his best game since he joined.
Yeah, I thought he was
I
excellent.
think Murphy was quiet. He
Yes.
was that was one of our quietest players. But yeah, I thought there was some really good performances. I thought Richie was excellent. Lang was obviously class, but I also thought Potts and Dazelle. I thought Potts was. I think being at the ground made it better to see Potts, because when I watched the game back on the TV, they didn't really say much about Potts. But
Yeah,
Potts
yeah.
won so many balls in centre midfield, and he was going into challenges, strong challenges. He was picking up so many loose balls, and I thought that was his best game as well. I thought he was class.
Yeah, I thought he was really good. Really good.
Yeah. And Dazelle as well, which he doesn't often get a lot of plaudits, especially
He gets a
playing
lot of stick,
alongside
doesn't he?
Potts. He gets a lot of stick, but I just thought him and Potts were really good, and I thought Dazelle was really good as well. I thought he does a lot of the boring, horrible stuff, doesn't he? And Ogilvy as well, prime Matt Taylor, channeling his prime Matt
He actually
Taylor.
looked quite fast as well, didn't he, going
He
forward?
was fast, wasn't he? He was
Yes, he
really
looked
good.
quite rapid.
Could have scored a couple of goals. His cross for the fourth goal was brilliant as well.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
that
thought
whole
Ogilvy,
second half.
again, Ogilvy's probably his best game this season, I'd say.
Yeah,
I thought he's very,
definitely.
very solid. And that's good, isn't it? Because like you say, Richie, Potts, possibly Zell, but also Ogilvy, all four of them probably their best game this season.
Yeah.
So really, really good.
It just all seemed to come together, didn't it? Especially that second half. But yeah, I just thought, the whole second half, I just thought was just the most complete performance we've had this season, to just peg them back. Even when we got the third goal just after half time, I said to my brother, I still feel like we need another one, but that was the most comfortable I've felt this season when we got the third, and then when we got the fourth, just there was no answer from them at all, was there? You could just see their heads dropping. You could, being at the ground again, you could see them having a go at each other as well. The players on the pitch, flagging each other off, screaming at each other, pointing at each other. So yeah, they just lost it, basically. They lost their heads.
Yeah. Now, the thing I thought was quite strange was, obviously that first 20 minutes was really wide open, but they weren't great either. Obviously they scored. They could have scored a couple more, but every time we attacked, we also looked like we could score, and obviously it could have been 5-5. But then the second half, it was almost like we didn't allow them to do anything. But it was excellent from very first minute. I think Murphy was quiet, but I don't think he was terrible. I think he still tracked back a lot. He put in
he
put in
did.
a shift.
He did, yeah.
It just didn't seem to be one of those days where anything. There's a couple of times where he tried to beat too many men, where he probably could have just laid it off for a simpler ball. But you could see what he was trying to do, just not really getting there. But and same with Bishop. Bishop did a lot of hard work. That was not really, obviously the fourth goal. It came from his shot, but
I was going to say that about Bishop. I actually thought that he had one of his worst games for control. He couldn't seem to control the ball. He kept miscontrolling it. His touch wasn't great, but he did all the other things that we know he can do, which is just constantly putting pressure on the defender, bullying the defenders. So in that respect, he was really good.
He had that one big chance, and I think it was the first half, wasn't it, where he kind of swung and missed, and then it came to Towler, who also swung and missed. And it looked like they were going to break away and then score down the other end. It's like, oh, come on. We've had a great chance to score, and then never did. We won 4-1. Good performance. Like, as you say, never really looked like, even, I think from the moment we went 2-1 up, didn't look like scoring. It didn't look like losing. And it's just strange. It's strange as a Pompey fan to feel that way about 45 minutes of football and actually feeling comfortable. Because even like you say, sometimes at 3-1 you think, we can have a bad 10 minutes, and then suddenly it's 3-3 or even 4-3. And you look at some of the games like Leeds and Middlesbrough and things like that, and it's like, Christ. And I think it's the third in the league for losing points from a winning position. We've lost like 14 points from a winning position, but we just never got that at all.
No,
which we could say, well, Coventry were poor, but I think it was as much down to the fact that Portsmouth were excellent. They're really, really good.
Yeah.
All right.
So
nice.
From a negative point of view, which is we've now got 3 away games out of 4 out of the next 4. So we're very happy at the minute, but as we well know, with a lot of our performances this season, it was like, who did we play before Derby? And we got all excited, and we said, we're going to be great now. Was it the Bristol City win? Was it before that?
It was Norwich before Derby, and then Bristol City
and Norwich, wasn't it? Yeah, so 2 good performances, 4 points, no goals conceded. and then we went up to Derby and got absolutely spanked. Now we've got Watford, Bristol City, and Sunderland away in the next 3 of the four next games.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah,
you know
I mean,
what
if we
positive
pick
is?
up any points from Watford, Bristol City, I mean, Watford, I think we'll do well to get anything at Watford. Bristol City, we know we can beat them, but it's at their place, isn't it? So
different get a fish at their place. One other positive is we're currently, if you look at the last 6 games overall, home and away, we're currently 7th in the form table, 11 points from those 6 games, scored 12, conceded 8, and obviously, and the only defeat is that horrendous defeat against Derby, which I think people kind of, it was annoying, and we knew it was from minute 1, and we know we've got it in us, but it's going to be difficult, I think, when we've got such a small squad, and we do need, to bring in, as we've said, when labour the point, we do need to bring in January just to complete the squad, really, isn't it? It's not necessarily about improving that first 11, but I think by naturally having better players in your squad, you do automatically improve your first 11 because they're not guaranteed that start every week, which probably you'd say at least 8 are at the moment. When you're playing your 33-year-old midfielder as a centre back because you've got no centre backs, then that tells you've got a bit of an issue. Although actually, I thought he did all right again.
He did do all right. Yeah, he did. He did. But it's like you say, can Pack and Towler play like that against Watford away and Sunderland away? It's completely different, isn't it? So
what worries me about that centre back pairing, and if you look at any centre back pairing we've got, I think with the exception maybe of Paul and Shaughnessy, and will Shaughnessy play for us again? Who knows? A lot of talk about that, isn't there? But I think if you get a centre forward or a forward line that's got pace and maybe a little bit of know-how, I think it tears us apart.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you just look at Efron Clark first 20 minutes, every time running out, we look petrified. If you look at the Derby wide left player, again, same thing. Same with Harness, I suppose you could say as well. We just didn't know didn't know what to do. So that's my concern. But let's look at the positives. 3 wins out of 6,
definitely.
2 draws, only 1 defeat in the last 6. And if you look at what I'd call our nearest rivals, Oxford, Plymouth, Stoke, terrible form. Cardiff, terrible form. Hull did win. Did they win at the weekend? I think they did. They've only won 1 in 6.
Yeah.
So actually, and then you've also got the likes of Millwall who drop in like a stone as well. So they could also fall into that sort of that territory, couldn't they? So I think.
And when we win our 2 games in hand, we'll go 14th.
You counting them 6 points?
Yeah. Yeah. When we win them,
that's how it works.
We'll go 14th. Yeah.
Yeah. But what's good is obviously we're not in the bottom 3. We're not in the bottom 3 anymore. And that, exactly though. That's the thing. You do win a couple of games, and suddenly you rise up the table because people around us. You think about that terrible form we had the first 10, 12 games. All you need is a couple more wins, and you are actually quite comfortable mid-table.
Yeah.
And I think just the change that would have within the squad around the training ground. I know they say that the atmosphere is still quite good. It's always been quite positive and things like that. But it must play on your mind if you're losing 6-1 at Stoke, losing comfortably against Cardiff, and being smashed by Derby. It's got to be difficult, isn't it? Just kind of like, oh, come on, let's start questioning maybe some of the players around you. But it was good, very good. Yeah. I was going to bring some comments, but as you expect, all the comments are pretty positive. And I think that's good to share that positivity. A lot of positive talk about Towler, which fair play, he did all right. Be interesting to see how he plays against better sides, but I still think he'll go out on loan and we'll get somebody championship quality hopefully in January. But we shall see.
Yep.
He did okay. All right, it's nearly Christmas. Why not treat yourself this Christmas to a subscription to the Pompey Pod on YouTube? Just do it. All you have to do is smash the button, smash that button, and then you'll be alerted every time that we have a new bit of content out. So that'd be great. Please do.
If you don't know what to get a loved one, get them a subscription. You probably podcast.
Yeah, they'll appreciate that. They
definitely will. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, absolutely. But that'd be lovely if you could do that. And why not hit the alerts on the audios as well? Follow us on @PompeyPod on X, Facebook, and now Blue Sky. Yes, that's right. We're also on Blue Sky. We're not very active on there as yet, but we will be probably come the 27th. But we have been the Pompey Pod. Merry Christmas to everybody. We do have a game coming up on the 26th, which is what? Watford?
Watford away, yeah.
Yeah.
Do we do a prediction for that? Quick prediction?
Yeah, go on. Seems we're not going to do a preview. Might as well do a quick prediction.
I'll just say, let's just get a draw. I'll be happy with a draw.
Okay,
very happy with a draw.
Good. Yeah, no, I would as well. I think that'd be a massive point if we can get a point there. It's going to be difficult. There's no two ways about it. Watford they're a little bit up and down in form, aren't they? But they're generally more up than down.
They're where you'd expect when they sort of 8th.
Just Tom Cleverley, isn't it, their manager?
Yeah.
They look decent. Yeah. They look decent. But yeah, hopefully we'll get something from that. And I think this is the key, isn't it? Getting anything away is huge. But beating those teams at home that are around us, I think it's the key for us staying in this league. If we get anything more than that, then we'll climb.
And also, we've been very good against the good teams away, or we've got good points against the teams away. Watford, Middlesbrough, Burnley. We only lost in the last seconds, didn't we?
Yeah, quite unfortunately.
All away from home. So yeah, hopefully we can get something.
Yeah, let us know what you think the score will be. Pop it into the comments. For now, bye, Pompey. Merry Christmas and goodbye.
Bye.